Welcome to English Growth Stories. Here, you can improve your English while learning valuable lessons about discipline, habits, confidence, and personal growth. Today's story is called The Student Who Changed His Life by Studying 30 Minutes Every Day. Let's begin. Leo was a young man with big dreams, but he had a very big problem. Leo wanted to be successful. He was a university student who wanted to graduate with top grades. He wanted to find a wonderful job in a big international company. Most importantly, he wanted to speak English fluently and confidently. In his mind, Leo could see a beautiful future. He imagined himself sitting in a modern office, speaking perfect English in important meetings. He imagined his family feeling proud of him. He imagined a life of success, discipline, and happiness. But there was a large gap between Leo's dreams and Leo's reality. In reality, Leo was not organized. He lacked discipline. He was struggling in his university classes. His English vocabulary was weak, and he felt shy when he tried to speak. Every day, Leo woke up with good intentions. He would look at himself in the mirror and say, "Today is the day. Today, I will change my life. Today, I will study hard. I will practice my English, and I will be disciplined." But as the day went on, things always went wrong. Leo would sit at his desk. He would look at the large mountain of textbooks. He would look at the thick English grammar books. He would look at the long lists of vocabulary words he needed to memorize. Suddenly, a heavy feeling would fall over him. This feeling is called being overwhelmed. When you are overwhelmed, you feel like there is too much to do, and you do not know where to start. Because Leo felt overwhelmed, he would do what many of us do. He would procrastinate. Procrastination is when you delay doing something important because it feels too difficult or uncomfortable. Leo would pick up his phone. He would tell himself, "I will just look at social media for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes to relax my brain before I start this heavy work." But 5 minutes easily turned into 30 minutes. 30 minutes turned into an hour. Before he knew it, the entire afternoon was gone. The sun would go down, and the room would grow dark. Leo would sit in the dark, looking at his empty notebook. He had done nothing. He felt a deep sense of guilt and shame. He was angry with himself. "Why am I so lazy?" he thought. "Why can't I just sit down and study? Why is this so hard for me?" To fix his guilt, Leo would make a new extreme plan. He believed that to achieve big goals, he needed to make massive, painful efforts. He would say, "Okay, I wasted today. But tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow, I will wake up at 5 a.m. I will study for 10 hours straight. I will read 5 chapters of my textbook. I will memorize 100 English words. I will not stop until it is done." He felt highly motivated when he made this plan. Motivation feels good. It feels like energy rushing through your body. But motivation is a tricky thing. Motivation is like a spark from a match. It burns very bright, very fast, and then it disappears completely. The next morning, the alarm clock rang at 5 a.m. It was cold and dark outside. Leo's motivation was completely gone. He was tired. His bed was warm and comfortable. He hit the snooze button. He went back to sleep. When he finally woke up at 10 a.m., the cycle of guilt began again. He had failed his extreme plan. He felt worse than before. When he finally sat down to study, he tried to force himself to study for 10 hours. The first hour was okay. He read his book and took some notes. But by the second hour, his brain was tired. He could not focus. The words on the page started to blur together. By the third hour, he felt miserable. He hated studying. He hated the textbooks. He hated English. He closed the books, walked away, and did not study again for a week. This was Leo's life. It was a stressful cycle. He would do nothing for a week. Then he would panic because an exam was coming. He would try to study for 10 hours in one day. He would fail, feel exhausted, and go back to doing nothing. Because of this bad habit, his grades were falling. His English was not improving. His confidence was disappearing. He started to believe that he was simply not smart enough or strong enough to succeed. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, Leo was sitting in the university library. He had a major exam coming up in 2 weeks, and he also had an English presentation to prepare for. He had a stack of 7 heavy books on his table. He was staring at the books with a look of pure defeat. He felt completely hopeless. An older gentleman walked past Leo's table. This was Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas was a retired professor who volunteered at the university library. He was a wise, kind man with silver hair and a warm smile. He had watched generations of students come and go through the library doors. Mr. Thomas stopped and looked at the mountain of books on Leo's desk. Then he looked at Leo's tired, stressed face. "You look like you are trying to carry a mountain on your back, young man," Mr. Thomas said softly. Leo sighed. "I have to," Leo replied. "I am so far behind in my classes. My English is terrible. I need to study all of these books. I plan to sit here for the next 8 hours and not move until I finish." Mr. Thomas chuckled softly. It was not a mocking laugh, but a gentle, understanding laugh. 8 hours? Mr. Thomas asked. "Have you ever successfully studied for 8 hours straight before?" Leo looked down at his hands. "No," he admitted. "Usually, I give up after 2 hours, and then I feel terrible about myself." Mr. Thomas pulled up a chair and sat next to Leo. He pointed at the stack of books. "Your problem, my boy, is not that you are lazy. Your problem is that you are trying to be a superhero. You are relying on massive bursts of motivation. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. What you need is not motivation. What you need is consistency." Leo frowned. "Consistency? But I have so much to do. I need to take massive action." Massive action often leads to massive burnout, Mr. Thomas explained. "Let me give you a secret. It is a very simple secret, but it has the power to change your entire life." Leo leaned in closer. "What is the secret?" "Stop trying to study for 8 hours," Mr. Thomas said. "In fact, stop trying to study for even 2 hours. Mr. Thomas held up 3 fingers. 30 minutes. That is all I want you to do. 30 minutes. Leo looked confused. 30 minutes? That is nothing. If I only study for 30 minutes, I will fail my exams. I will never learn English. Listen to me carefully, Mr. Thomas said, his voice firm but kind. You are currently studying for 0 hours most days and occasionally torturing yourself for 3 hours before quitting. 0 is 0. I want you to go home. Put away all these books. Pick just one subject. Pick one English lesson. Set a timer on your phone for exactly 30 minutes. For those 30 minutes, you do not check your phone. You do not look at social media. You give 100% of your focus to the book. And when the timer rings at 30 minutes, you must stop. Leo's eyes went wide. Stop? Even if I want to keep going? Yes, even if you want to keep going. You must stop, Mr. Thomas said. You close the book and you walk away. You declare victory for the day. You tell yourself, I was successful today. But why? Leo asked. If I have energy, shouldn't I keep going? Because we are not just trying to pass one exam, Mr. Thomas explained gently. We are trying to rebuild your brain. Right now, your brain connects studying with pain, exhaustion, and failure. We need to teach your brain that studying is easy, painless, and rewarding. If you only study for 30 minutes, it is not painful. It is too short to be painful. Your brain will not fight you. And when you stop while you still have energy, you will wake up the next day actually wanting to study again. You are building a habit. And a daily habit of 30 minutes is infinitely more powerful than a panicked 10 hours once a month. Leo thought about this. It sounded too simple. It sounded too easy. But he was desperate. His current method was destroying his mental health. He decided to try it. He thanked Mr. Thomas, packed up his bag, and went home. If you're enjoying this story and improving your English along the way, consider subscribing to English Growth Stories. Our goal is simple. Learn English, build better habits, grow every day. Now, let's continue the story. That evening, Leo sat at his desk in his bedroom. He cleared away all the clutter. He put away all the heavy textbooks. He left only one book on the desk, an English vocabulary and grammar book. He took out his phone. He opened the clock application. He set the timer for 30 minutes. He looked at the button. He took a deep breath. He pressed start. The numbers began to count down. Arsha zu den wusha zu fin. Arsha zu den wusha bathin. Arsha zu den wusha zu fin. Leo opened his English book. He began to read. At first, his brain resisted. His brain was so used to procrastination. After only 5 minutes, Leo felt an intense urge to check his phone. He wanted to see if anyone had sent him a message. He wanted to watch a quick, funny video. His hand actually reached out toward the phone. But then he remembered Mr. Thomas's words. It is only 30 minutes. Leo pulled his hand back. I can survive 30 minutes without my phone, he told himself. It is just a short amount of time. He went back to reading. Because he knew the study session was going to end soon, he didn't feel overwhelmed. The heavy weight on his shoulders was gone. He was just reading one page, then the next page. He focused on the new English words. He read the example sentences out loud. He practiced his pronunciation. He was fully present in the moment. Suddenly, a loud noise broke his concentration. Beep, beep, beep. It was the timer. The 30 minutes were over. Leo was surprised. The time had passed so quickly. He actually felt good. He felt like he was just starting to understand the grammar rule he was reading. He had the energy to keep going. He wanted to turn the page and read the next chapter. But he remembered the rule: when the timer rings, you must stop. It felt strange, but Leo closed the book. He stood up from his desk. For the first time in months, Leo did not feel guilty. He did not feel like a failure. He had made a promise to himself to study for 30 minutes, and he had kept that promise. He felt a small, unfamiliar feeling in his chest. It was pride. He had completed his task. He went to sleep that night feeling relaxed and successful. The next day, Leo woke up. He went to his classes. When he came home, he didn't feel fear or dread about studying. He knew it was only going to be 30 minutes. He sat down, set the timer, and opened his book once again. The 30 minutes passed quickly. He focused well. He learned new English phrases. He practiced forming sentences. When the timer rang, he closed the book and walked away. Day 3. Day 4. Day 5. Every single day, Leo studied for exactly 30 minutes. He never missed a day. Some days he was tired. Some days he had a headache. Some days he was busy. But he always told himself, no matter how busy I am, I can always find 30 minutes. Because the commitment was so small, it was impossible to fail. By the second week, something magical began to happen. The resistance in Leo's mind completely disappeared. He no longer had to force himself to sit at the desk. It was becoming automatic. This is the power of habit. When you do something consistently, your brain creates strong pathways. The action becomes easier. You don't need motivation anymore. You just do it, just like brushing your teeth. Leo began to experience something called momentum. Momentum is like pushing a heavy car. At first, pushing the car is extremely difficult. You push with all your strength, and the car barely moves an inch. But if you keep pushing, the wheels start to turn. The car rolls a little faster. Soon, the car is moving easily, and you hardly have to push at all. The momentum carries it forward. By week 3, 30 minutes felt too short. Leo had built the habit. His brain no longer hated studying. So, he decided to make a small change. He didn't jump to 8 hours. He was smarter now. He just added a second block of 30 minutes. He studied his university subjects for 30 minutes in the afternoon. Then, he took a long break. After dinner, he studied English for 30 minutes. That was 1 hour of highly focused, deeply productive study time every single day. An hour a day might not sound like much, but over a month, that is 30 hours of pure focus. Over 6 months, that is 180 hours. Slowly but surely, Leo's life began to transform. In his university classes, he started to understand the lectures better. Because he was studying a little bit every day, he remembered the information easily. When the professor asked a question, Leo knew the answer. His English improved dramatically. Learning a language is not about studying for 10 hours in one day. Learning a language is about daily exposure. Because Leo practiced his English every evening, his brain naturally absorbed the vocabulary. He started thinking in English. When he spoke, the words flowed more smoothly. He stopped translating in his head and started speaking naturally. The most beautiful part of this process was how the discipline spread to other areas of Leo's life. Habits are contagious. When you prove to yourself that you can be disciplined in one area, you naturally want to be disciplined in others. Because Leo was studying efficiently, he had more free time. He didn't spend his time feeling guilty anymore. He decided to use his new free time well. He started applying the 30-minute rule to exercise. He went for a run for 30 minutes every morning. He felt healthier. He had more energy. He applied the 30-minute rule to reading. Before bed, instead of looking at his phone, he read a book for 30 minutes. His mind became sharper. 6 months passed. It was time for the final university exams. The university campus was filled with stress. Everywhere Leo looked, students were panicking. They were drinking huge cups of strong coffee. They had dark circles under their eyes from lack of sleep. They were sitting in the library, trying to study for 12 hours straight. They were overwhelmed, exhausted, and terrified. They were doing exactly what Leo used to do. But Leo was different now. Leo felt calm. He was well rested. He was eating healthy food. He didn't need to stay awake all night to study, because he had already studied the material. He had studied it slowly, deeply, and consistently for the last 6 months. When he sat down to take his final exams, he did not feel fear. He felt ready. He answered the questions smoothly. The information was easily accessible in his mind. A few weeks later, the results were published. Leo looked at the notice board. His name was near the very top of the list. He had achieved some of the highest grades in his entire year. A month later, Leo attended a job fair. A major international company was interviewing students for a very competitive job. Leo walked into the interview room. Across from him sat 3 managers. They began to ask him complex questions in English. A year ago, Leo would have frozen. He would have stuttered. He would have forgotten his words out of fear. But today, Leo sat up straight. He looked them in the eye. He smiled. He opened his mouth and spoke. His English was not absolutely perfect. He still made tiny mistakes, but his English was clear, confident, and natural. He expressed his ideas beautifully. He spoke with the quiet confidence of a man who knows his own value. The interviewers were highly impressed. 2 days later, Leo received a phone call. He got the job. That afternoon, Leo walked back to the university library. He walked past the rows of heavy books. He found Mr. Thomas sitting at his usual desk, sorting some papers. Mr. Thomas looked up and smiled warmly. "Ah, the young man with the mountain of books. How are you, Leo?" Leo smiled back. "I don't carry the mountain anymore, Mr. Thomas. I just carry one small stone every day." He told Mr. Thomas everything. He told him about his top grades. He told him about his new job. He told him how his English had become so much better. "I came to say thank you," Leo said sincerely. "You changed my life. You taught me how to study." Mr. Thomas shook his head gently. "I didn't teach you how to study, Leo. I just taught you how to start. You did all the work. You showed up every single day. You built the discipline." Leo realized Mr. Thomas was right. The true transformation wasn't about the grades or the job. The most important thing Leo had gained wasn't a university degree. The most important thing Leo gained was trust in himself. He finally knew that if he set a goal, he could achieve it. He knew he was not lazy. He just needed the right strategy. He learned that he didn't need to be perfect. He just needed to be consistent. From that day forward, Leo lived by a simple philosophy. Whenever he faced a massive project, a difficult challenge, or a scary goal, he did not panic. He did not look at the huge mountain in front of him. He just set his timer. 30 minutes. And he began. The main lesson of this story is that massive success does not come from extreme, painful bursts of effort. It comes from small, daily actions repeated consistently over time. When we look at a big goal, we often feel overwhelmed and paralyze ourselves with fear. By breaking our tasks into tiny, manageable pieces, like just 30 minutes a day, we eliminate the fear. We bypass procrastination. Over weeks and months, these small actions build momentum, create powerful habits, and lead to incredible transformations. Consistency will always beat intensity. Here are 5 useful words from today's story to help you improve your English. 1. Overwhelmed, meaning feeling like something is too much to handle, having too many things to deal with at one time. Example sentence: when I look at all the emails I need to answer, I feel completely overwhelmed. 2. Procrastinate, meaning to delay or put off doing something that needs to be done, usually because it is difficult or boring. Example sentence: I always procrastinate when I have to clean my house. I watch television instead. 3. Consistency, meaning the quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way, or always happening in a similar way over time. Example sentence: consistency is the key to learning a new language. You must practice a little bit every day. 4. Momentum, meaning the force that keeps an object moving or keeps an event developing after it has started. Example sentence: it was hard to start exercising, but after 2 weeks, I built momentum and it became easy. 5. Transformation, meaning a complete change in the appearance or character of something or someone, usually for the better. Example sentence: his transformation from a shy boy to a confident speaker was amazing to watch. To everyone listening and practicing their English today, remember Leo's story. Learning a language can often feel like climbing a massive mountain. There are so many words to learn and so many grammar rules to remember. It is easy to feel overwhelmed. But do not try to carry the whole mountain today. Just carry 1 stone. Listen to 1 story. Learn 5 new words. Practice for just 30 minutes. Your progress might seem invisible today, but over time, those small daily steps will turn into huge leaps. Be patient with yourself. Be proud of the small efforts you make today. You are doing a wonderful job. At English Growth Stories, we believe that learning English is about more than vocabulary and grammar. It is about building confidence, discipline, and a better future. 1 story, 1 lesson, 1 step forward. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to English Growth Stories for more inspiring stories that help you improve your English and grow every day. Thank you for listening. Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next story.